Hello, nerds. Welcome back to Frylock's Gaming and Geekery. I'm going to do more of these as vlogs. I'll post them to my blog, but I'll do them more as videos. I think that's a little bit better. It's easier to do. So today is nothing so heavy-handed as the OGL copyright law, trademark law. Today is something along the lines of my goofy posts. Tonight, it's the 10th. This will probably not publish till tomorrow, the 11th, but tonight, the 10th, I finished binging a show that I used to watch as a kid that I loved. Um, and that's the TV show Soap. I saw it on Tubi. It's on Tubi. If you're not familiar with Tubi, Tubi, like tuba but with an I. Tubi is free and it has ads, but at least for a show like Soap that doesn't have high demand, number of ads are very low. So I would go through episodes without seeing a single ad. And in any case, Soap is, here's the good news, it is a brilliant parody of soap operas, taking these ridiculous storylines that soap operas have all the time and just taking them to the next level of stupidity. I mean, it was brilliant in that respect. It was a great takedown of soap operas and that whole formula. In addition, there were times that I laughed out loud. There were times that I felt sorry for the characters. There were times that I felt proud of what the characters were doing. It's a typical comedy where they have a live studio audience or a laugh track. I'm not sure which. I think this one was a live studio audience, and there are times where the audience will cheer when the person does something right, and I found myself cheering a little bit internally. So it had all these positive aspects to it, but overall, it really did not translate well. Um, it didn't age well is maybe the better way of putting that. It's a sign of the times. It was progressive for its time. um, it was dealing, for example, just to take one example, it was dealing with the issue of homosexuality at a time when not just in very rural areas of the country, but the entire country, just you kept it to yourself because you could get into a lot of trouble no matter where you were. Um, and so they were dealing with that issue by having the main character, played by Billy Crystal, Jody Campbell. Um, he was homosexual, but they did it in a way that you can tell it's the 70s because they had him. He had four primary relationships over the course of four seasons. Three of them were with women. He kept undoing it. And he never referred to himself as bisexual. He referred to himself as confused, which is a key word. It's a buzzword for people who criticize that lifestyle, and so it didn't translate well for lots of different reasons. But it was, if you're not someone who gets hung up on that and you take it for what it's worth, you realize this was pretty progressive for the 70s, but it just doesn't hold up. It just doesn't. And that's unfortunate because as I was doing this, I haven't seen this since it aired on TV. And I think the last rerun aired um, in the early 80s, 82 or 83. And I haven't seen it since then, yet here I am shouting out quotes at the TV screen before they're even said. I remember it that well. I used to watch it with my dad. I loved it. He loved it. And it was just maybe for my dad it had negative Catholic themes in it. It had negative soap opera themes in it because it was a parody of soap operas, but it actually kind of just became a soap opera itself, but it was still a parody of them. And my mom was a devout Catholic and a soap opera nut, and my dad was an agnostic, and she was right wing, he was left wing. So I think it appealed to him on that level, but I'm not his shrink, and he's not here to concede that or deny it. So anyway, I'm glad I watched it because if like me, it's something that you kind of have to do, even though you know it's going to be a train wreck. It's one of those things because it's your childhood. Then yeah, go ahead and watch it. It's only 4 seasons. It's free on Tubi. It's 30-minute episodes, or 28-minute episodes, 27-minute episodes, whatever it is. And in addition to all of that, you can get if you're using Chrome, you can get an add-on for Chrome that speeds Tubi up to 1.5 or 1.75, and it's still watchable. And that's a good way to plow through it quickly because I've been at it for only a couple weeks, and I've gotten through all 4 seasons. And the last season was 19 episodes, but the other ones were 23 or 24 episodes. So there's a lot of episodes, but it's only 12 hours per season. And I was able to get through that. So 48 hours, I guess, a little less than that. And I was able to get through it in a couple of weeks, just because I sped it up. That helped. So it was. I'm glad I did it, but it wasn't great. So for those of you who know it and remember it, nah, it doesn't hold up. But still, obviously your mileage may vary, but still you might want to watch it anyway. Um, I think I'm going to be watching on Tubi Greatest American Hero um, next, and maybe a couple others. I'll figure it out. But that's my report on soap. Um, don't watch it if it wasn't from your childhood. If you're not that old, you will have no interest in it. But beyond maybe a couple of episodes, just to see the parody of soap operas. But for those people in my age group, maybe you'll enjoy watching it. Okay, thanks, and happy gaming.